I Today is a day that we increasingly more and more seem to be forgetting in this country, and that is, of course, 9/11. Nothing. I'm I am thoroughly ashamed. I partially forgot about it today, but I didn't forget completely, unlike most Americans today. Nothing, by the way. No effort by the school to do anything. None of my, professors, none of it. And and I'm not saying they're bad people, but millions of people have died protecting this country. Thousands since 9/11. Hundreds of thousands. And we seem to be increasingly more and more and more and more and more not caring and becoming apathetic. And I get it, with time, the whole phrase of time heals all wounds. Bullcrap. We are so forgetful. And look, it's really hasn't been that long ago. Well, here's the thing, though. We're only forgetful when it suits us. Or we're only forgetful if it's the PC thing to do, or the thing that looks like the correct thing to do. If it signals someone's virtues, if it's virtue signaling, okay? In Nazi Germany, there are still Germans today who were never around during Hitler's reign. We're talking 20-year-olds who are going, I'm so sorry for what we did. That's fine. And vilifying white people in this country and in Europe, that's fine. For things that their ancestors did. By the way, there's a good chance my ancestors never owned slaves. You know why? Because my ancestors were poor. But when it comes to something like 9/11, we won't say anything. Trust me, I'm thinking of some other expletives I could fill in there. I'm censoring myself here. I'm trying to keep it PG, G-rated if I can. It's probably going to be more PG because I'm going to get a little descriptive. Imagine you're sitting there on the front lines. You're sitting behind a rock with your friend, a fellow soldier of yours that you've been fighting with. By the way, we're still in Afghanistan. Still. His head gets taken off, clean off. Okay? He gets a bullet right here. He's got a hole this big in his head. Just dead instantly. You go through all that. You fight. You have to kill people. For real. Not Call of Duty. Real life. Okay? And then you come back to an ungrateful country who does nothing on 9/11. We just treat it like it's another day. And I'm guilty of this to an extent because I should have woken up with the thought of 9/11 on my head. I should have set an alarm. I should have done something. I didn't. I forgot what the date was. I kept thinking it was the 10th. The 10th was yesterday. Then I realized, no, it's the 11th. But I'm here now, and I want to honor our troops. But there's no way that you can convince me that we haven't gone downhill as a country. Oh, things have gotten better? Really? The economy's great. That's wonderful. Well, violent crime is down. Well, that's wonderful too. You know, it's not wonderful? Our attitude. All that can come back. We can all go back to poverty. We can all go back to war. There are people right now, a lot of people around my age, slightly older, who are going, hey, I'm a communist. Hey, I support an ideology that has killed well over 100 million people. Minimum 110. Minimum 110 million people. Some statistics say closer to 200 million. That's okay. I don't like America. Just the other day, last week, I talk about a banana republic. These kids didn't know what a banana republic was, so I explained to them it's like a silly country with that's still kind of like it's a country with some silly practices, right, culturally, but it's got a dictatorial government. Usually it's controlled by another country, but I didn't say the last part. I didn't tell them it was controlled by another country because I just wanted to break it down in layman's terms and leave it there. And you know what they say? Immediately, America. Well, if you don't like it, then get out of my country. If you don't like it here, pack up your bags and leave. Don't milk off its education system either. Why are you here? Why are you getting an education? If America's so bad, aren't you being indoctrinated by getting an American education? No one has a sense of pride anymore. It's all about me, 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 me. I want. And it's not about that person over there. What should I do for them? No one says thank you anymore. No one says excuse me. I feel like I'm just throwing, and no one responds. Okay, I'm just throwing out these salutations, and I'm trying to be polite, and no one this seems to even understand what they mean. When you say America's a great country, people laugh. It is, though. You name one country where you have more rights. Name one. Name one. If you can name one and you can challenge, not only name one, but challenge my ideas and win the debate, okay. Then I'll admit that the United States is not the greatest country in the world. But until you can do that, I will maintain that the United States is the greatest country in the world. And I know people can't do that. I know they're incapable of it. When 9/11 happened, nearly 3,000 people lost their lives. That's not a joke. You know, we've heard the funny 9/11 jokes, ha ha ha. Okay, fine. I'm not against humor, but when it comes down to honoring people, we scoff. And I'm not just talking about people on the left. There's people on the right who pretend to care and don't care. Who lie and go, oh, yeah, I support the troops. And then they don't give a dime to the troops. They don't give a dime to any veterans organizations. They don't campaign on their behalf. They don't defend them when someone says something wrong about this country, wrong about our military. They don't defend them. They cower. Tell me, what country do we live in? Do we live in the United States? Honestly. Or do we live in just any old country? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. Honestly, does it matter? Do you believe in your heart that it matters? Freedom costs something. Everything costs something. Repeat after me. There is no such thing as a free lunch. If you can't handle freedom, then you're a pretty sad person. And there's a lot of libertarian types that, oh, well, we have the highest percentage of incarcerated individuals in the world. We're not really free. Then you can get out too. We are free. We give people the freedom to do stupid things. That's why we have higher incarceration rates. Because we're trying to preserve everyone else's freedom, because some dingus has to go around committing crimes. You do that. All right, I get the whole, well, a lot of it's non-violent drug offenses. Okay, fine. I could see prison reform there. Yeah, sure, fine. But you're going to tell me that we're not free because of that? Dave Smith? You're really? You're going to say that we're... Dave Smith, no joke. And I love Dave Smith, I do. But what he said about America being fat... Oh, well, people don't realize we've been fascists for the last 100 years. Really, where? If we've been fascists, where's the people being thrown in jail for free speech? Show me. You can't point to them. If we're a fascist country, where are the people? Where's the minority racists being thrown into concentration camps? Where are the concentration camps? Where are the gulags? If we're supposedly a communist country, like some people think, admit it. We're better, and we're not like anyone else, and we're not socialist, and we're not fascist. But, oh, well, we're already so, people go, oh, well, we're already that way. No, we're not. And it's people like you that are going to make this country into a hellhole. Do you care, or don't you? Because if you don't, go somewhere else. You can go to England with the migrant crisis, anywhere in Europe with the migrant crisis, England where police come to your house and arrest you for a tweet. Yeah, that actually happens. I'm not making that up. Oh, I'll go to Canada. Same thing with the trans pronouns. The next best country in the world, which I believe is the UK, for life expectancy for terminal illnesses, we're number one. Number two is the UK, and it's less than half of what our life expectancy rate is for people with terminal illnesses. That's not a coincidence. You are blessed to be in the greatest country on earth. Don't go around trashing it, and don't pretend like you care and then not do anything. Quit being cowards. You people are the worst, because I know what the left thinks, okay? I know how to combat what they think. I know how to beat them on the table of ideas. But when I got someone on the right wing who's agreeing with everything I say, and they stab me in the back because they're not willing to stand up for me and others like me. That is much worse because you don't see it coming. And it's the worst thing you can do right now. We are fighting a battle of ideas, but if we don't stand up now, it will be a battle of guns. And I mean it. We're more divided now than we have been since the Civil Rights Movement. That's not my opinion. That's objective reality. It's up to you what you want to do. I suggest you stand for what you believe in now before it gets taken away.